For more insight now into the developments out of Marja and the ongoing war against the Taliban, we are joined by Rajan Menon, a professor of international relations at Lehigh University. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so it appears that at least the military battle for Marja is over, but, well, to coin a phrase, that's sort of half the battle. There is more to come. What is it?
It's really when the guns fall silent that we have to see what happens. Essentially, a government has to be installed. That has been done today. That government has to establish legitimacy by being efficient and being able to revive the economy. There have to be specialists put down who can help rebuild. Those specialists have to have security. Then these areas have to be protected by American troops and eventually by Afghan troops. If it all works out, you can do this piece by piece.
And that seems to be the new sort of strategy on the part of the American military, is that you go in, you hold, you clear,
Correct.
And then you lay the foundation for the Afghan government to come in.
Correct.
Is the Afghan government up to the task?
This is the $64 million question, as I was saying earlier, because the track record so far, both at the center and the provincial levels, is not good. There's corruption, there's inefficiency, there's a lack of qualified personnel. And that is a key piece of this, because the strategy assumes that the battle will be won partly on the battlefield, but ultimately by allowing Afghans to take power.
I want to expand a bit and talk about what's going on next door in Pakistan, because there is a report today that a Taliban leader was killed by a missile in Pakistan, actually yesterday. There are also the heels of, I think, about 14 people that have been arrested
Correct.
connected to the Taliban. What sort of impact do you think this is having on the leadership of the Taliban, their ability to fight?
Well, the recent capture of Mullah Baradar is a huge loss to them, because he is effectively the #2 person in the Taliban, the operational commander, the person who appointed commanders who planned military offensives such as the 2008-2009 offensive, and he is in possession of a lot of information, but primarily he is no longer operational, so, shall we say. But the Taliban, Martin, has shown an enormous capacity for regenerating itself. It has lost important leaders in the past. I'm not saying that this does not put a dent in their operation, but we should not think we can win the battle purely this way.
And what do you think is going on with the Pakistani leadership here? Because this does seem to be an about-face as far as going after Taliban leadership.
If one is confused by what the Pakistanis are doing, you have to understand that they're trying to do several things. Maintain the relationship with us, so show that they can hand over Taliban. Maintain a relationship with the Taliban, because in the event that the Taliban prevails, they want to have a friendly government in Pakistan. Make sure that if there's a negotiation between so-called moderate Taliban and the Karzai government, that they have a hand in that as well, to ensure that the United States is happy with Pakistan, because the Pakistanis are extraordinarily worried about one thing, which is the American-Indian alignment. So what they are doing may appear to be contradictory, but it actually makes sense.
Rajan Menon, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Martin.